Puy-l'Évêque is one of the most picturesque villages in all of France. And I found not one, but two incredible properties for sale at affordable prices. You'll see fun stuff to do nearby and all of the property photos. And of course, I'll tell you the price. If you love cheap property and you love France, this video is for you. So keep watching. If we haven't met, I'm Tommy from TravelTirement.com. If you dream of retiring or owning a holiday home in either Italy or France, join me and over 3,000 others over at TravelTirement.com. This area is dotted with castles and vineyards and activities to do, which we'll get to in just a minute, but first let's take a look at the map and see exactly where we're talking about. Puy-l'Évêque is located in the Lot department of southwest France. It's located due east of Bordeaux and just to the north of Toulouse and Montauban. If I zoom in and turn on the relief map, you can see the Lot River winding its way through the valley, which has created some incredible landscapes. Each one of these little towns you see along the river has its own unique character and sights to see. When I turn the satellite map on of the old town of Puy-l'Évêque, one property is located right here, literally about 100 feet from the river, and the other is located right here, maybe a 10 or 15 minute walk from the river. You can already see there are some restaurants located very nearby, but we'll get to those more in a minute. First, let's take a look at some of the amenities you can find nearby. There are grocery stores in the town itself and also very nearby. The blue shaded area is the distance you can drive within 15 minutes. So it just gives you an idea of how many of these are super close by. And I do see full grocery stores like an Intermarché and a Carrefour. I also see several restaurants both in town and very nearby. This area of France is world famous for its Malbec wines, and as you would expect, there is no shortage of wineries surrounding the town. I discovered the official tourism website of the Lot department, and I'll just let this video play. You can see the scenery is just incredible. There are boats you can rent to go up and down the river. You can obviously kayak, hiking. There are tons of trails. This has got to be one of the most underrated areas of France. It's just incredible. I'll be sure to put a link to that website down in the description. There are several hospitals in this area also. I know the one in Cahors is a general hospital with an emergency room that is open 24 hours a day. Now let's take a look at the first property, and to do that I'm going to jump down on Google Street View so we can take a closer look. First I'm going to go down and stand on this bridge right here and just give you an idea of what the view is like. It's incredible. All right, now we're standing on that bridge, and let me just pan around and show you this view. It's incredible. The way that the town, this medieval town, is built up on the side of the river here. And I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit. You can't really see the property, but you see there's this little alleyway, kind of small street right here. It's actually up this way, and I believe it's in this building right here. So you do have a little bit of a view coming down this way of the river. It's not riverfront, but it's just about as close as you can get. And by the way, the second property, which we'll look at in a minute, is right up here. It's literally right in front of this church up on the other side. So we were just over there standing on that bridge, and I jumped across this way. I just want to show you a couple things. First of all, there is this, I believe, is a bar and restaurant. I see this patio up here with tables and chairs. What a great spot, especially when the weather is nice, to sit here with a view over the river. And the property, if I move up this way, the property is right up here. Let me zoom in. See this property, this part here on the left that has like the foliage on the outside? I believe that either that's the property or it's the one right across from here. When we look at the property photos, you'll be able to see it better. I'm pretty sure it's this one with the foliage. But look at that view, just looking up from when you walk out the door in the morning to look up at this castle-like structure on the hill. Crazy. All right, now I've gone to the other end of that little alleyway street where the property is located. I think that's that same foliage that we were looking on the other side. I just want to show you this too. Again, this is just such a cool little medieval village. It's crazy. So castle-like structures all around. I mean, there's no telling how old some of this stuff is. That's impressive. Look at this turret with a like viewing spot at the top. And then down there you can see the river at the end. Now let's go take a look at the property photos. This property and the other one are both being offered by Agence Newton. And I just want to give a shout out to Sylvia Redding. You can see her here. I will put her contact information below, but she actually emailed me and shared these two properties. So thank you so much, Sylvia, for sharing this. These are amazing properties. So here's the look from the outside. You can see the door here. The renovation has been done very tastefully. I loved these older buildings where they have the exposed stonework. It just adds so much charm to them. It looks like there is a small balcony that opens up where I think you can see the river. Yes, here's that view, and you can see the boat dock down there. And the bridge, you can't really see it, but it's on the very left-hand edge of the screen. The kitchen looks very small, but with everything that you would need, done in a very elegant style, I think. I'll have to ask Sylvia. I don't think this comes with all the furnishings, but that is just a question to ask the agent. This made me chuckle. I was just looking at all that old stonework in the property photos, and I was wondering when this property was built. And so I scrolled down to the bottom, and it was built in 1400. And just to give you some context on that, Leonardo da Vinci was born in 1452, and Joan of Arc was born in 1412. So this place, I know in the United States, we think if a house is built like in the 1920s, we're like, oh, it's a classic, it's an old house. This is just nuts. 1400? Are you kidding me? All right, back to the property photos. I think maybe this is the area right off of the kitchen. It looks like maybe it's either a 2 or 3 story building, but again, the way these things were built over centuries, it's not like everything is uniformly sized. Here's another look at that little terrace outside where you can see the river. So it's wonderful. You have this nice little private sitting area. Here's one bedroom. I love that stonework, just so beautiful and classy. Here is a bathroom. I think it says there are 2 toilet rooms and then 1 with a shower. Here's a second bedroom. You can just see how thick those stone walls are. Just look over by the window. And this is the second bathroom. This is that same bedroom we just looked at just from the other side. I believe this is the view from the front door looking down the little alleyway towards the river. And this again is just looking up the same alleyway. So when I was just on Google Maps, I was up at that end. That's where that turret is that we saw. This is right across the alley from the property, and I'm not sure, I don't think that's part of this property, but I will have to ask. I will say too that this town is a very popular tourist area for French people. And with the proximity of this property to the water, I don't think you would have any trouble renting it out especially during the summer. So if you're thinking of buying a holiday home that you rent out when you're not there, but still have it in a town where you can walk to amenities, this is a terrific spot. And the price of this property is 185,000 euros, which is about 200,000 US dollars as of the making of this video. That property was amazing, but I actually think I like this second property even better. All right, just to remind you, the property we just looked at by the river was right down here, but this second property is just a short walk away. It can't be more than 10 or 15 minutes, and it's right up here. So now let's zoom in and take a look at that area. So this second property is actually the building right here, but the beautiful thing about this one is you get all of this land behind the property, which again, we'll look at. It is incredible. I also just wanted to jump down on Street View real quick and show you the church that's literally in your backyard. All right, so I'm right in front of the church that's next door to this property. So you can see this tower here. This is part of the old town where that first property was, and the river goes down, along through this valley. But if I turn around, you'll see this beautiful old abbey. I mean, just a gorgeous building. And the property, if I keep turning to the left, is like right behind this green tree right here. And you have a massive backyard, which we'll look at in a second. So now I've moved down to the street right in front of this second property. And just to give you a point of reference, there is that tower we were just looking at that's in the old town. So the church would be behind this row of buildings to the left. And if I turn around here, the one for sale is this one with this kind of yellowish color. It's 3 stories. The interesting thing, which you'll see in the property photos, is the land, not only is it a massive amount of land behind it, but it's almost kind of like a split level. So when you go in at this ground level here, you go out to the backyard, I think even actually on the 3rd level. So the way the slope works, it's very interesting. All right, that's enough yapping. Let's take a look at the property photos inside. This property, again, is being offered by Sylvia Redding with Agence Newton. You can see her peeking out from the bottom there. Hey, Sylvia. So this picture, I know this looks weird because we were just in the front of the building and it's like, well, what is this? This is the exit way out of the 3rd floor into the backyard. This yard just makes this property. And not only do you have the nice little sitting area that you see here, but you also have an outdoor cooking area. So like a summer kitchen for when the weather's nice, you could sit out here. And again, you're not going to believe this backyard. It's incredible. So we've just turned to the left and you have this beautiful patio. There is a hot tub there, but I don't think the hot tub is included with the purchase of this property. Again, these would be great questions to ask Sylvia. Her contact information is below. And you can see the church that we just looked at right there. You can see how close we are. There's a beautiful garden area. I mean, looking at this from the front, you would never expect this was part of that property. And here's what I'm talking about. I mean, all of this yard, everything you see here is included in this property. You see the church that we were at right there. What a beautiful place to be able to sit out, have a nice glass of wine after your day of adventure, and watch the sunset. Here's another picture from the front. This one is better, obviously, because they have the windows open. And this is from those pink chairs you just saw. So we're standing like in the back corner of the lot. And you can see it actually does have a view of the landscape. It's very nice. And that church, again, is this church right here. So again, we're not talking about, it's not like a mile from the river. Here's another shot of that doorway leading out into the garden area. And another of the views. This property on the inside looks in great shape. I don't think there's anything you would need to do other than just add your personal touches to it. Very nice sized living room. Some nice storage areas. It looks like this is looking into the kitchen area. You can see the washing machine there and the refrigerator straight ahead of us. Again, you would need to find out if all the appliances and furnishings are included. Here's one bedroom, and you can see the 2 giant windows letting daylight in. It's just beautiful. Here's one of the bathrooms, and this one, I believe, like the first property, has 2 toilet rooms and 1 shower, or includes 1 shower. Here's a second bedroom with, it looks like they have 2 twin beds in there. So you have plenty of room if you wanted to entertain some guests while you're staying here. Here's a look at the beautiful stone internal staircase. I did not see a listing of when this one was built. Certainly not as old as the other one, but I love these old stone stairs. Beautiful. And here's the third bedroom. Again, a lot of great natural light coming in. All right, you ready to hear how much this one is? So you just saw the photos. No renovation needed. That giant backyard with views, a summer kitchen, place to put a hot tub, an easy walk to restaurants and to the water. And can you believe this place is only 139,000 euros, which is about $150,000 at the time of this video. I'm telling you, it is crazy. And you know what else is crazy? The fact that this other house I profiled is still available. Go watch this now.